Hey, welcome to NibblenFlix, the podcast where snacks meet cinema, and we chew from everything from buttery popcorn to box office buzz. I'm your host, Jeff Fried. Hit the like button so we get more eyes on the video, and if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when new content is uploaded. Also, in the comment section, let us know what is your favorite snack you like to eat while you're at the movie theaters. And in this video, we're going to be talking about the movie The Naked Gun. Following the footsteps of his bubbling father, Detective Frank Devon Jr. must solve a murder case to prevent the police department from shutting down. He is the only man that has a particular set of skills to lead a police squad and save the world. In January 2001, it was announced that Seth MacFarlane was hired to further develop this project. He's also the producer of this film, and he made countless movies and TV shows such as Ted, Family Guy, American Dad, and countless other great projects. The movie is also co-written and directed by Akavi Schaefer, who directed the very unappreciated Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie. And the movie is starring Liam Neeson as Lieutenant Frank Devon Jr., Pamela Anderson is playing Beth Davenport, Paul Walter Hauser is playing Captain Ed Hagen Jr., and Danny Houston is playing Richard King. So when I first arrived at CinemaCon to get my access badge, and I was walking around Caesar's Palace, and I noticed the statues around Caesar Palace were decorated. They usually do decorations when it comes to the statues during CinemaCon. And this time they had signs of basically a naked gun just covering the body parts, certain body parts of the statue, which I thought was hilarious and basically setting up the tone of what this film was going to be. And during Paramount's presentation, they showed us a couple scenes and also a trailer as well. And it had all the vibes of what these movies are supposed to be. So it really piqued my interest, and I wanted to see what they were going to do with this film when this film actually came out. And the question is, does this movie live up to the original movies of this franchise? And also, does it really match the tone of today's world? Let's talk about it. The good. So the good about this film is the performances of Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. And I think they did an amazing job playing their characters. Liam Neeson playing that hard-nosed detective who's also funny but doesn't know he's funny, because he put himself in weird, odd situations, and he does things that's like, you should be doing that? I don't know, man. But it was great that they actually see him playing that character, and Pamela Anderson playing that damsel in distress, who's not really a damsel in distress, just like those original Naked Gun movies. I thought they played off each other very well, even with the dirty jokes and the one-liners they had with each other was just amazing. And just to have the comedy timing, the way they deliver their lines, and just the way and things that they were doing in a movie that just took it over the top sometimes were actually fun to watch. And I had a blast watching them just going at it when it comes to their comedy chops. So I gotta say, I wasn't really expecting too much from Pamela Anderson when it came in this movie, but she absolutely surprised me when it comes to playing her character. And I absolutely happy for her, because she's been knocking it out of the park, for very recently. She was awesome in Showgirls, and now she's in this film, which is a bigger budget film, and she's just doing great, amazing work now. And I hope she gets more opportunities and get more chances to act, because we really got something here, and it's awesome to see somebody in her second part of their career doing very well. So I'm happy for her, and I want to see more from Pamela Anderson, as I think now, we saw her in drama and Showgirls, and now we see her in comedy. It feels like she's getting all the tones, she can very spread out and play any character. So I like to see what else she's going to do. But Liam Neeson, oh my gosh, I gotta say, fantastic. He played this character the way I expected him to play. And when he first got announced that he was going to play Frank Devon Jr., a lot of people online were saying why? What, I mean, he's an action hero, and I don't see it. I don't see the comedy at all. But if you watch the movie Ted or TV show Ted, I forgot where it was, either the TV show or the movie. Let me know in the comment section which one it is. But there's a scene in Ted where he's at the grocery store. He's just trying to buy cereal, and Ted is his cashier. And the back and forth between in that scene is just absolutely hilarious. Where Liam Neeson's character is he's actually playing himself, actually. And he's absolutely serious. and he's funny at the same time. So I knew if he would have brought that tone into this character, I knew the good things were going to happen, and that's exactly what happened in this film. So one thing I like about this film, and I was kind of worried about, is the humor of this film. I wasn't sure exactly how far they were going to go. You know, we're not back in the 80s anymore, or 90s, where we can just say and do whatever we want, and we can make fun of everybody and laugh and just enjoy just being human and have errors and flaws and all that stuff. We can't really do that in today's society, unfortunately. But this movie does not shy away, and I'm happy it did. It came out of the gates. It lets you know this is a Naked Gun movie, and it takes it all the way to where it just makes you, just takes you out of reality. You're in this world, you're having fun, and this movie does get absolutely silly sometimes, and that's what I like about these films, because it doesn't take anything serious. I mean, even the plot of the story, it's called a plot device. That's what the movie's about, and it lets you know straight away. This is going to be the type of humor that is going to, either you're going to like it or you're not going to like it. If you like silliness, I mean, fart jokes, all that stuff. And I haven't laughed at fart jokes in a very long time. And the scene you see in the trailer with him eating the chili hot dogs is probably one of the funniest scenes in this movie. And it's a very long scene. And it's just great humor of fart jokes. And I'm not just like a fart joke kind of guy. I can get one or two and I'm good. But they kept going with it. But the way they were placing it in the scene and also throughout the film is absolutely hilarious. And if you like fart jokes, if you don't like fart jokes, you might even get it, because it just sucks you into where it lets you know that we're not taking this any seriously. We just let you know the story of the movie is called the plot device, and it literally says it. So they let you know straight up like how this film is, and I'm happy they didn't shy away from the old Naked Gun tone at all, and that's what made me enjoy this film. Like, you have all the tones you want. You got the jokes, you got the one-liners, you got the things that go on in the background where you gotta pay attention sometimes. They hit you with a joke, you start laughing. Then you miss the second joke, and you're like, oh man, I missed that joke. I gotta see this again. This for that second joke. And that's what it was doing. And then it has the scenarios as well, where things just get out of control, and you're like, what's going on? But that's the Naked Gun. That's just basically how it is. And I like that. And I like that they actually did that in this film. Also, also had that twirling mustache villain, as Danny Houston plays Richard Kane. It was kind of like a parody of Elon Musk, and I thought that was hilarious as well. How he played him. It's good to see him showing his comedic chops as well. He's a fantastic actor, so seeing him playing, he's always playing the villain in something, but it's cool to actually see him get that comedic role too, where he actually showcases his capabilities of being a comedian as well. So I did like that. And all the secondary characters like Paul Walter Hauser, I just love what they did with him. He played the Lobo sidekick who always gets, beat up a little bit, because Frank's not paying attention to what's going on with him. He's getting beat up in the background, or he's just trying to make sure Frank doesn't get in trouble from doing outrageous stuff. So the tone of this movie fit the tone of the original films, and that's what I like about this film. And the first and second acts were absolutely fantastic. We'll talk a little bit more about the third act and the bad. But overall, this film was everything I was looking for when it comes to, like I said, the jokes, gags, one-liners, crazy scenarios, and fart jokes. And it has it all right here, and it meets the Naked Gun expectations. The other thing about this film, too, that it does is it has like the random cameos. The cameos is very unexpected. People that you just don't see them wanting to be in a film like this, but they actually are in this film. I actually like that, because they use people in certain ways. Either they're there to break the fourth wall, literally break the fourth wall, or they're there as a plot device for jokes for that scene. So they did a good job with the cameo to actually put in this movie. And there's one at the end where I was not expecting this person to be in it at all, but it was just hilarious, because it was just like, it was a scene between two people and they were talking, and out of nowhere the cameo happens. And once you see it, you understand what I'm talking about. But it's absolutely funny. It's at first like, wait, what are you doing? Why is he in this film? What's going on? And then you see exactly what's going on. It's absolutely hilarious. But that's Naked Gun. It's corny, it's silly, and it's just something that, if you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But if you do, you're going to enjoy it. The bad. So the bad about this film, that this movie is comedy, and comedy is subjective. And I can see some people not liking the jokes, not liking the gags, not like the one-liners, the crazy scenarios, and how silly it goes, especially the fart jokes and all that stuff. I can see someone not liking that, and it's totally understandable. Like, we all look at comedy and chuckle at things totally differently. For me, I like these films. I like the original. I love Police Academy. I love Blazing Saddles, Airplane. I like all of those crazy films. But even some of those films got too crazy and corny for me too. And there's actually a scene in this movie where it started off great and involves a snowman. You see a little bit in the trailer. And it is a very long scene for that, or it felt long. It's probably not that long, but it felt long. And that's how much I started not liking that scene that much. Like I said before, it started off really funny and good and a good gag, and then it kept on going and going again. And it went somewhere I was like, okay, this is not what I was expecting. And however, it didn't really take me out of the film. I was just waiting for this scene to end, and it does. And once it does, it gets better again. But like I said, comedy is subjective. You may like this comedy, you may not like this comedy. It all depends how you perceive it. The third act of the film, you kind of felt it was losing steam, and they just wanted to end the film. And it felt like they were putting Liam Neeson in situations more to let the character breathe and actually do comedy, and just let the character be itself. It wasn't bad or anything like that, but you could definitely tell that there was a dip when it comes to quality comparing to the first two acts of the film. And it just felt like it just wasn't meeting the same level. Like, you could actually feel it as well. And it's kind of like after the snowman scene, like I told you before, when it started kind of dipping, and it dipped a little more and more down, but not to the point where the film doesn't become enjoyable, it doesn't finish strong and stuff like that. It's just not at the same level as the first two acts, because they put a lot into the first two acts. There's a lot of stuff, a lot of jokes, a lot of great situations, just pure comedy and wackiness that fits the Naked Gun aura. And it just felt like that the third act was more kind of just trying to wrap things up quickly so the movie doesn't feel long. But other than that, that's the only nitpicks I really have, or negative comments I have for the film. The final verdict. So I have to score this movie 4 out of 5 snacks. And that's because, one, they achieved what they were trying to do. I felt like this movie felt like a Naked Gun movie. It looked like it did everything that a Naked Gun movie is supposed to do, and does a great job doing that. I love the chemistry between Liam Neeson and Pamela Anderson. I thought they were absolutely amazing. I love everything they were doing with them, especially the dirty jokes. It was hilarious to get old man dirty jokes from Pamela Anderson. It just who knew we would get that in today's day. I love the first two acts of the film, everything they were doing with the jokes, the gags, the one-liners, the crazy scenarios they were doing. I felt like it met the expectations that I was looking for this film. And even though, it got too silly sometimes with the snowman and some other things that happened in the film, and the third act of the film doesn't meet the level of the first two acts of the film, I still enjoy in this film because of what those performances and the jokes and everything that they were doing in the first two acts. And there also was a mid-credit scene in this movie, and the post-credit scene too, so make sure you stay and watch that as too. They actually help finish some subplot stories that go on in the movie as well. Is this movie the best movie of the year? I don't know yet. I still think One of Those Days, and you haven't seen that yet, I recommend watching that. I think that's a little bit better. So I think like One of Those Days is 1A, and Naked Gun is 1B. So basically they're right there. Maybe watching those both films again multiple times, I might change and flip-flop it. But at this point, I think One of Those Days is actually a better film, and probably the best comedy of the year so far for 2020-25. Overall, like I said, I think the movie was a success, and if they do make a sequel of this film, hopefully next time they'll focus a little bit more on the third act, maybe spread out more of those jokes and those scenarios throughout the whole film, and not really try to rush the final end of the movie. But let me know in the comment section below. Let me know, did you see this movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you agree or disagree with what I said, or anything else that I missed that you think I should have talked about? Let me know in the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts. And also, don't forget, let me know what snacks you'd like to eat at the movie theater, or when you watch a movie at home, so we can start a conversation about good old snacks and have some fun with that. But until next time, just keep munching, keep watching, and keep it real. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.